Welcome to part 2 of the pfSense configuration, and this is where we're going to set up our firewall rules. So now we're going to set up firewall rules. So to set up firewall rules, just go to Firewall tab, drop down, and select Rules. Now you'll notice that we have all 4 adapters, so we can set up different firewall rules for the different subnets. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is set up the WAN address. So remember, pfSense Firewall will block everything by default, that implicit deny rule. And you can even see it says there, all incoming connections on this interface will be blocked until rules are added. So to make this really simple, I don't want to block anything coming in from the internet at the WAN interface. So I'm going to add a rule at the top. I want to pass anything on the WAN network, whether it is IPv4 or IPv6, in any protocol. The source would be any. So whether it's coming from one of our subnets or coming from the internet, it's going to be allowed, and the destination is any. So whether it is coming in through the WAN and then being sent to eCore or being sent to the attack LAN or to AllSafe, I don't care. I just want it to go through, so I'm selecting any. This will allow all traffic. And now I can select Save. So at this point, we need to apply the changes. And that's our first rule, is basically allow everything through the WAN. Now we'll go to our eCore subnet. So remember eCore, which used to be called LAN adapter before we changed the name to eCore. This is the one that does allow traffic so that you don't lock yourself out. So the implicit deny rule is not in effect in the eCore. So right now we have a default allow LAN to any rule and a default allow LAN IPv6 to any rule. So we're going to go ahead and keep those. So what this will allow us to do is communicate not only through the internet, but also communicate with the attack LAN and our AllSafe LAN, which is our MSSP. So we need to be able to, we're going to be forwarding logs and such to our MSSP. So at this point, we're just going to keep this simple and allow any traffic at all. If you want to edit it, you can select the edit button, which is that pencil, and you'll see how it's written. Basically, any IPv4, any protocol coming from the eCore subnet to any other destination will be allowed. So what we also want to do is allow the traffic incoming. So we'll go back to our firewall rules. We want to create a new one, and we'll put it at the bottom. This will pass eCore. We're going to change this to IPv4 or IPv6, any protocol. Source anywhere, and the destination, the eCore subnets. So anything that's on that eCore subnet should be able to be reached from anywhere. And we'll select Save. Now, if we wanted to, we can make that more specific, like only allow it to the AllSafe LAN or to the attack LAN, but we're just going to keep it generic. So anything can come in and anything can come out of the eCore subnet. So now we'll go to AllSafe. And in AllSafe right now, there are no rules. So nothing can come in, nothing can come out. So we want to generate a rule. We'll put it Doesn't matter. In this case, it's the first rule, so whether you put it at the bottom or the top. Now remember, the way firewall rules work is top has precedence. So if your very top rule was allow everything, and then the next rule below it was block everything, it's going to allow everything. Now you could also have a rule that allows only traffic from AllSafe and then block everything is the rule below it. You will still allow traffic from AllSafe, but everything else would be blocked because the rule that's listed higher has precedence. So generally what will happen if you don't have an implicit deny rule like that's built into pfSense is you'll create a list of allow rules, and the very last rule you would create would be block everything else. But we don't have to do that because with the implicit deny, so if we don't explicitly allow it, it's going to be blocked. So this rule is to pass. It's through the AllSafe. We'll go IPv4 or IPv6, any protocol. Once again, because if you put like TCP protocol, then you won't be able to figure out why ICMP or ping's not working, but that's why, because it was blocking it at the protocol level. But we're going to allow any protocol, the source any, and the destination any. This should allow pretty much all traffic to AllSafe. So I'll select apply changes. That is correct. So now we go to the attack LAN. The rule we want on the bottom was just going to be allow everything else. So it's a pass action. The interface is attack LAN, IPv4 or IPv6, any protocol, source anywhere, destination anywhere. And then this will be allow everything else because the block for the AllSafe LAN is listed on top, so that will take precedence. So we'll go ahead and apply changes. Okay, so to create a block rule, what we'll do is we'll go to the attack LAN, and what we want to do is stop it from attacking AllSafe. So we're going to add this rule to the top. We want to select block. The interface, of course, is attack LAN. We want either IPv4 or IPv6 in any protocol. The source, we want it to be the attack LAN subnets. The destination is the AllSafe subnets. And this should block traffic to AllSafe. Select save, and then apply the changes. Now we can test that by going to our Kali Linux machine and then trying to ping that Kali Purple machine that is on the AllSafe network. So that IP address was 10.0.2.2, and when I hit ping, you see it hangs right there. That's because of that firewall rule that we just set up. So that demonstrates a block, and we'll go ahead and keep that block in place. Okay, so just to review the rules that we put into place, we'll minimize that, is from the WAN, we're allowing all traffic. From eCore, right now we're just allowing all traffic. Also, AllSafe, the same. The only block that we really want is the attack LAN going to AllSafe. Now we can, in AllSafe, we will go ahead, we'll look at this rule again where we are blocking traffic from AllSafe with the source being AllSafe, the destination being the attack LAN. What this is will be the rule that will block traffic to the attack LAN. And we'll select save, and then apply the changes. So now if we go to Kali Purple, we'll log back in. Clear the screen. If we try to ping first our Windows server, we see that it does work. And that is in the eCore network, of course. And then we will try to ping our Kali Linux that is in the attack LAN. And you see it does not work. It's getting hung up. So that demonstrates two blocks that we did, one from the attack LAN to AllSafe and one from AllSafe to the attack LAN. So we've pretty much isolated the attack LAN away from AllSafe, but AllSafe can still communicate with eCore, and also we'll test to make sure we still have connection to the internet. And you see that we do. So now just to make sure that our DNS is working also, we are going to ping google.com. And we see that is working. That means our DNS is working on our AllSafe network. We can now jump over to one of our Windows machines, bring up the command prompt, and see if we can ping google.com. We can, so DNS is working on our eCore network as well. So now we're ready to go ahead and move into the next section, which is domain joining those two Windows machines to our domain controller. The last thing we want to do after you've made this many changes, not necessarily required. However, you can go to the diagnostics. It's probably a good idea to go ahead and reboot pfSense one more time. And then after that's completed, then you will go ahead and will domain join those Windows virtual machines to the domain controller in that eCore network. So I'll select diagnostics down to reboot. Once again, it does a 90-second countdown. So I'm just going to end the video now and we'll pick it up with domain joining.